I know a man who is firm. He is firm in his pants. He's firm in his shirt. His character is firm. But most of all, his belief in you, the students of Bethel, is firm. Jeff Coleman is a man who takes his point and pounds it in. If necessary, he'll take an issue and nail it to the wall. He doesn't attack things in spurts. He drives hard, pushing and pushing until finally he succeeds. Jeff is a man who will go to the very end, even to the climax, for each and every one of you. So please, vote for Jeff Coolman, as he'll never come between us and the best our school can be. He is firm enough to give it everything.
Patricia, send him in. Thank you. Come in. Have a seat. Well, Matthew, I think you know that myself and many of the faculty members were very disappointed in your behavior today. Your speech was suggestive, it was vulgar, and blatantly offensive, and that's just not acceptable. You saw the reaction of the crowd. Some thought it was funny, others were offended, but it doesn't matter. That is not how you're to act at this school. And I know you're going to remember that lesson, because you will be suspended for 3 days.
What?
And you will not be permitted to speak at graduation.
No, that's not fair. I broke no rules. I said no obscenities. There's no rule in the rule book that says that.
Well, Matthew, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. This is not negotiable. You're suspended. I'll see you in 3 days.
Mr. Haley,
How you doing, Matthew?
pleasure to see you.
You too.
Let's get down to business. The reason I wanted to meet with you is because a couple of days ago I gave a speech at my school nominating my friend Jeff for school vice president. And in my speech, I threw in a couple of sexual innuendos, a couple of dirty jokes, and now the school is suspending me for 3 days, saying that there were obscenities in my speech and I was violating their rule book. And by doing this, I feel like they are restricting my First Amendment right to free speech. And I think that with your help, we could sue them and possibly win.
Yeah, definitely, Matthew. We at the ACLU will do our best to plead your case.
Well, thank you.
All rise to the Honorable U.S. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals Judge Timothy Winkle. Take your seats. The court has found in a wide decision that the defendant, Bethel School District, is guilty in violating the First Amendment freedom of speech rights of the plaintiff, Matthew Fraser.
All rise for Warren Burger, Chief Justice of the United States.
Take your seats. After a heated debate amongst the court, we have overturned the Court of Appeals decision, and we find the defendant, Bethel School District, to be not guilty in violation of the plaintiff's, Matthew Fraser's, First Amendment rights. We reinstate the suspension. We found that despite the Tinker v. Des Moines decision, which enabled students to express themselves whether in words or actions, as long as they were not disruptive, we find that Mr. Fraser's actions have transcended that, and therefore we reinstate the decision. The court, referring to the man's speech as obscene, vulgar, lewd, and offensively lewd, concludes that school officials properly punished respondent for uttering the speech. Having read the full text of the respondent's remarks, I find it difficult to believe that this is the same speech the court describes. To my mind, the most that can be said about respondent's speech, and all that needs to be said, is that in light of the discretion school officials have to teach high school students how to conduct civil and effective public discourse and to prevent disruption of school educational activities, it was not unconstitutional for school officials to conclude, under the circumstances of this case, that respondent's remarks exceeded permissible limits. We reverse the decision.